హరే కృష్ణ. ఉత్తరం మాట్లాడండి, చప్పుడు వస్తుంది. మాట్లాడండి. ఓకే, జస్ట్ టెస్టింగ్. కృష్ణ ఎక్స్టసీ. That's fine. అందరూ వాడు. హరే కృష్ణ హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే. జయ జయ జగన్నాథ సచిదానంద श्री गौरांग महाप्रभु की जय, कृष्ण भगवान की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ की जय. It is written by Vasudev Ghosh. To read the translation. All glories to the dear son of Jagannath Mishra and Sachidevi. All the three worlds offer prayers unto his lotus feet. In Nilachala, he holds a conch shell, disc, and club and lotus flower. While in the town of Nadia, he holds a sannyasi staff and water pot. It is said that in olden times, as Lord Ramachandra, he killed the demon Ravana. Then later, as Lord Krishna, he revealed the splendorously opulent pastimes of Goloka. It is he who has come. He has come. Oh, from the Vraja, he has come to Nadia. Accepting the mood and luster of Sri Radha, he has come from Vraja to Nadia. He has come. Now Lord Govinda, the cowherd boy, has come as Lord Gauranga. He has come distributing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Vasudev Gosha says with folded hands, he who is Gaura is he who is Krishna, is he who is Jagannath. Hare Krishna. Vasudev Gosha ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Madhusudramaya ki Jai. Shri Gaur Nitaya ki Jai. Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki Jai. Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh ki Jai. Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanand. It's been a long time we all sang this phrase. Radha Krishna Pran Mora So this bhajan, the day we sang, that day even Ravi Prabhu was here. Raghunandan Prabhu, yes. Yes, Raghunandan Prabhu was also here. And if you all remember, that was the day when Barsana Mataji was leaving her body. Right? And it was her desire that she hears this bhajan, one of her favorite bhajans. And I felt that there can be nobody else, at least I have seen, who was fully focused on hearing every word of this bhajan as much as she was. Because she was leaving her body back to Krishna. Jivane marane gati aro nahi mora. Who can understand this better than a person who is actually leaving her body and saying that in life or in death, you are my shelter? Yeah. Right? We can all say these words, but feeling these words is different, isn't it? Feeling the importance of these words. Jivane marane gati aro nahi mora. How many of us are really at this point of time thinking that Radha and Krishna have to give me shelter? Right? How many of us? At least I am not, let me tell you. When I'm singing this bhajan right now, I'm praying to Lord Krishna that let me depend on Krishna as much as that day that Mataji was. Maybe she knew this was the last bhajan she's hearing. And she did express that I want to hear bhajans. Right? And her favorite bhajan was Vrindavana Ramyasthana. And this one, Radha Krishna Pranam. And she wanted this bhajan to be sung by Swarup Damodar Prabhu. And he was also ready to come and sing it for her. But Krishna had different plans. He wanted to give us that service. Right? So while you are singing this bhajan, while we are singing this bhajan, let us take shelter of the holy names. Maybe this is our last bhajan. Is that an auspicious thing at all? Very much auspicious. Isn't it? If this is the last bhajan we are singing, what is the time right now?
5:39.
5:39. 5:45 we are all going to go. We have 6 minutes. And in the 6 minutes, we have to take full shelter of Radha and Krishna. If we don't remember Radha and Krishna now, then when will we? Right? Radha Krishna Prana Mora जीवने मराने गति आरुणाहि वो जीवने मराने गति आरुणाहि वो Radha Krishna What is the time?
5:49.
So we are already in Golok. Now our prayer is in Golok. Lalita Vishakati श्री गौर निताय की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंद, श्री उत्तम दास ठाकुर की जय, श्री अधिक मास की जय, हरि बोल। ऑल असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज की जय, भक्ति सेंटर गचिबौली की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद, हरे कृष्ण। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, 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 ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पंकजनाभाय नमः पंकजमालिने नमः पंकजनेत्राय नमस्ते पंकजांग्रये नमो महापदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरद्विषे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्याय देवाय गौ ब्राह्मणाहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे राम करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरियत्रिपादमहं वन्दे श्री गुरु दीनतारिणं श्री परमानंद माधवं श्री चैतन्य ईश्वरम् ओम पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यत्स्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षं सव्याप्यान्तरं दृश्यते श्री विष्णु चेतोदर्पणमार्जनं भवमहाद्भवादिनिर्वाणं श्रेयैव चन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावरोधीरणम् आनन्दं बुद्धिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णानन्दस्वादनं सर्वतमसफलं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनं नाम्नां गौणां सर्वशक्ति तत्रादिवानियमिता स्मरणेन एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममामि दुर्दैवमिदृशमिह चान्यपुराः गणापति सुनिचेना करोरपि सहिष्णुना मानिनादेनन्तनेयसदाहि न धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीशकामये जन्मनीश्वरे भवदर्भक्तिरपैतकी त्वयि वैनन्ददज्जनित्यवत्तमाविषमे भवामृतौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजदूरसदर्शं विचिन्तय नयनं करदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुधाय गिरा पुलकेर्नचितं वपुपदानवनामग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रदर्शायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दाग्रणेन मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतं विनस्तु माम् आदर्शनं परमात्मां करोतु वा यथा तथा वजवतो लम्पतो मात्मनास्तु एव नाम हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण प्रभु जी Please accept as a small appreciation from all of us. How many of you know for the last 7 days, 24/7, Prabhu is conducting a Sankirtan in Ramalayam. Hare Krishna. 24/7. Is that right, Prabhu?
I have not. The team is doing.
Of course, the team is doing. but you are the inspiration. Very good. Prabhuji, we did one day 24/7. So many people face so many difficulties. Right? I mean, I'm not saying we did not do it well. We all did it well. 7 days. Right? Starting from Monday. Yeah, Monday morning. All the way to today. Isn't it? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you for coming. Anu Prabhu, Tanda Prabhu. Right? 7 days. I mean, what is our movement? What is our movement? Sankirtan movement. And he's doing Sankirtan and coming. Let's say loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol!
Prasad Prabhu ki jai!
Yes, Prasad Prabhu ki jai. Madhavi Mataji ki jai. Whole Javadi family ki jai. Their children ki jai. Whole Gachibowli congregation ki jai. All our endeavors are to win the heart of Krishna. By doing this one activity, Krishna is definitely happy, bro. This is the perfection of life. Thank you, bro. Thank you for inspiring all of us and showing that something like this is possible. And did you see any publicity being made? Did you see any thing being told that I'm doing something like that? I mean, there's nothing wrong in doing that, but you have done it very selflessly, bro. Thank you very much. I'm very inspired personally.
There's a big thing, bro. There's a very strong thing.
Prabhu, can you pass on?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Actually, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve any. It's not my humbleness. Truly, I don't deserve it. We started Bhagavad in Nizampet, Rama and Tripura around 1.5 years back. So we are doing Mahamantra. Some of them are doing 16 hours, some of them are doing 8 hours. And then the main temple priest has observed us. And then it seems he did something like this many years back. Not he's at the age of maybe 56. And then he told us, saying that why can't we? Because he's been observing us. So in our congregation, that day we, in fact, maybe because of some reason, we did not go. So one of the main devotees was there. It seems he told, priest told to her saying that why don't we? Immediately she said, okay, let us go. And she started that. She's one of the very, very strong.
What is her name?
Mansa.
Mansa.
Mansa. Name Mansa. And then she called me immediately. Prabhuji, I just completed this. Can we do it? So yes, yeah. That is what is Krishna is doing. Let's do it. In fact, she called me first. Okay, and then I asked her to draft a plan. And she drafted a plan. So the plan is, okay, the key people just divided into around 7-8 batches. Okay. Each batch is taking the ownership of around 3 hours.
3 hours.
3 hours in a day. So for me, around 4 to 7 every day. We have to be there by 4
to 7 was your plan.
Yeah.
Your part.
I mean,
Right.
so one couple has to take the ownership of those 3 hours or 2 hours. And one batch, it is like a batches are divided around 9 batches. Now each batch is going to come one time. Take the ownership. Because primary responsibility is it. So like that, unfortunately, the day we just traveled, the next night is yours.
I was going to tell that. Let me tell this little part. I'm sure you have something else to say. So when we were coming back from Ujjain, the train was a very long train. I mean, not the train size, the time duration, right? So we all reached. We were supposed to reach at 10:30. I think we reached around 11:30 or close to 12. Right? Almost next day morning, right? And Prabhuji was allocated a slot of 4 a.m. in the morning, literally. And I was amazed that we are all so tired. What is there in our minds at that time?
Sleeping.
Go home and
Sleep.
khatam. Isn't it? That was the only plan. Did anybody plan that you'll go home and finish your 16 rounds and then sleep, or do any devotional service or anything at all? So by the time Prabhuji and Madhavi Mataji, they got on from train, I think it was already 12:30, right? And then they traveled to Bachpalli, which is the other side of the planet, right? Gachibowli to Bachpalli. I am sure they would have gone there only by 2 o'clock or something, right? And they have to get ready for the temple also. They have to take bath, they have to get ready. I'm sure they have
That
to
was
go
a
there.
kind of like immediate second day.
Yeah,
4 a.m. like no one started before. Ours is not like first batch.
you were the first batch to start that day.
To start that day.
So every day 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 a.m. is your slot. It was not in the evening, what you were saying. It was every
No,
day.
we want to take the tough slot so that the others will take
Correct.
daytime.
So you took the most difficult slot because you have to get up at 3 o'clock, get ready, go to the temple,
We don't
start
want
at
to give
4.
that trouble to others.
Correct. No, that's an amazing time to do Sankirtan. And then Prabhuji also has to chant his rounds. It's not like you've done Sankirtan to 16 rounds calculation kar sakte hain. No, right? So, and then he was totally tired, I was worried, how will do it? And then next day morning he saw pictures. Prabhuji is like, he has done it. Right? So Prabhuji and Mataji went and did their Sankirtan there. And then I don't know whether they slept or they went to office or I don't know what happened after that.
But the point is, on that night itself is our first batch.
On the night itself, your first class.
Who did the Monday morning? Monday
Morning combination.
combination.
It started at
10 o'clock.
not 4 a.m.
Oh,
It is 10 to 10. So today morning, 10 o'clock.
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning till afternoon.
Tomorrow.
Okay. So tomorrow afternoon, it will get over.
No, actually I don't know the process, but they said like it's going to work because today Homa is good. So
Achha.
it seems they complete on 7.
Hare Krishna. Jai. So, Madhavi Mata, you want to share anything? Can somebody pass on the mic to him? Very enthusiastic couple, Prasad Prabhu and Madhavi Mataji. Very good, very good. Keep it close. Yeah.
యాక్చువల్గా చెప్పాలంటే మాకంటే ఇంకా అందరూ చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్. మేము జస్ట్ భాగవత రీడింగ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసాము, అదొక్కటే మేము చేసిన పని. ఆ గ్రూప్ లో అందరూ చాలా యాక్టివ్, చాలా ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్, అందరూ చాలా శ్రద్ధగా చేశారు. మేము చేసింది కొంచెం కాకపోతే మేము ఒకటి ఏంటంటే ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ స్టార్ట్ తీసుకున్నాము. అదొకటి అందరికి డిఫరెంట్ మారుతుంది. 3 o'clock లేచి రావడం అదొకటి మేము చేసింది. ఒక నైట్ చేసాం రోజు, ఒక నైట్ ఇంకొక నైట్ వేరే వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బంది అయితే ఇంకొక నైట్
Night kuda. Complete night. Hare Krishna. Do you understand?
ఒక్కొక్క బ్యాచ్ కి ఒక నైట్ అది ప్లాన్. మా ప్లాన్ ప్రకారం చేసాము. మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ డే ఇంకొక బ్యాచ్ కి ఏదో ప్రాబ్లం వచ్చింది, వాళ్ళు ఎందుకు రావట్లేదు, సడన్ గా నైట్ పడుతూ ఉంది, కాల్ వచ్చింది, అలా వెళ్ళిపోయాము. మళ్ళీ మార్నింగ్ 7 వరకు కంప్లీట్ చేస్తూ వచ్చాము.
Harinam Sankirtan ki
Jai!
See, this Sankirtan unites everybody, na? You want to say something more, Gauri? Yes.
Then after 6 days, okay, today's experience I'm just telling you. Today's experience is something new. Everybody is telling, Harinam is coming in their mind. They are not.
Haribol!
Kirtan is coming in their mind.
They are doing Prabhuji like this.
And today in Homa Prabhu, continuously, nobody is telling anything to them, Prabhu. Nobody is telling anything. There is a gap, and when the mantras are stopped, immediately everybody started.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Almost around 600, 700 were sitting in that big hall, opposite temple days. So it was very wonderful experience. Without anybody involved, they were chanting. When there is a gap. That is what I the video I shared.
Yes.
Yeah, we saw that.
Nobody was directing them. They were just chanting. Nobody said, let us start, now do. Nothing like that. I think that is what is. I think everybody is connected to Krishna. We just need to just touch, we connect, we teach the way. That's all.
Thank you. You please Srila Prabhupada.
It is just mercy, Prabhu. That's all. The Bhagavad mercy, your mercy, and then just correct. That's it. Yeah, only that way, Prabhu. Chandramali Prabhu came only.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, he's not here today. Maybe he's still singing, chanting there. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so we have Ramesh Prabhu here. Ramesh Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So Ramesh Prabhu has newly joined this group here, this congregation here. Prabhuji lives, his son has purchased a place very near to the center. And Mataji, Prabhuji's wife Mataji is also there. Hare Krishna. Let us welcome the Vintri Lord Hari Bol.
Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
As soon as I saw Prabhuji, I saw enthusiasm bursting out. Wow. And Prabhuji is in his own world. Actually, he is in Krishna's world. You will know that when Prabhuji speaks now.
Hello, Prabhuji. So actually, I came from Telugu, Brahmins, but I came from West Bengal, Kharagpur. Perhaps you may not be in Kharagpur. I can introduce myself. Indian Institute of Technology. All of you know, very near to capital. Almost you can say I'm from Mayapur. Actually, I am a retired Punjab National Bank staff. I retired from PNB 2020. I came here in 21. Since 2 years, my son is blessed with a son. My daughter is blessed with a daughter. Now, Manadu. I sold my house. I came here because my son and daughter are settled here. But last month, 6 months, my son has got an offer in Germany by the grace of Krishna. He got an offer from India, he went to Germany. Offer, and my daughter, my son-in-law promoted to Bangalore. I was depressed. I came all alone from West Bengal. My wife, she met a train accident. Kharagpur station lo, broken leg. Yashoda Hospital, Somajipura, by the grace of Lord Krishna, some of my son repaired a leg, 4 lakhs touching, and myself, 9 times Chennai Apollo, capital urine problem, but still then, I did not do something of Lord Krishna. That is the true fact. I am having my wife purchased this from Kharagpur, Krishna Tavage, and a Krishna girl. 1 year I was depressed. My wife name another. She cannot walk. Every now and then, I don't know where to drive. I used to go Vajit Banda. I used to see this Bhakti Center, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. When this will be opened? When this will be opened? I am here to accept what when this will be opened? How I attain this goal? Near to the Lord Krishna. This is my blessing. Last week, 10 days back, it was opened. I was actually going to call Brahman Tuesday. My wife told me, go to Hanuman. Then while going, I saw the Lord chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Then immediately I rushed to the floor. Lift was not working. I opened the door. I rushed. Told my wife to go there, but I heard the loud voice. Hare, it was open. Then I saw Lord Mr. our Prabhu, Lilananda Prabhu, Anurag Prabhu, and Ishu Prabhu. They were all unknown. By my grace, they welcomed me like Lilananda Prabhu.
Lilananda Prabhu ki jai.
Then I told Lilananda Prabhu. Then I told Anna Prabhu, Ishu Prabhu, and so. They gladly accepted me. They told, you have to do chanting. You have to purchase the book. You have to come 4 to 6 to 7:30. 6 to 6:30. This Bhakti, the Japamala, 108 times. 6:30 to 7. this lecture, 7 to 7:30. Kirtan, which is fun. I can jump. Those 63 years. Then I thought I cannot read this Sanskrit, but I cannot read the prayer, but I can jump. 64 years. Yes. I can do it. Then I told my wife. My wife so cooperative. She was very happy. Today she told, I will come with the white sari, like Hare Krishna. And then every 4 o'clock, every day, it is only practice. All the devotees, you have to do eternally. So you have to sacrifice you to reach the goal. 4 o'clock, clock struck without alarm. We both will get up. By 5 o'clock, I'll be ready. By 6, I will reach here. I'm reaching here, walking. It is practice. 1 week. Milanda Prabhu, Anurag Prabhu, Isu Prabhu. One day, I told that, Leela Prabhu, one day, I will purchase one book. They told you are a beginner. I purchased the book. And Krishna, one minute, Krishna conscious book. Then yesterday I told, 2 days back I told it. Hello, I told,
Yeah.
hello,
It's not working.
hello, 1 minute, I take 1 second. I take 1 more second.
No, please take time.
I'll take-
We're trying to make sure that batteries are there.
I take 1 more second. Yes, 2 days back. Okay, 2 days back, what happened? I told Milan Prabhu, I told I want to purchase a dress from ISKCON. Okay, no need of mic. No need of mic. I told him, Milan Prabhu, I want to purchase a dress because I will meet Leela Prabhu. First day, the 1 week completed, 7 days. I will purchase a dress from ISKCON. Then he has supported. He has sent Lilananda Prabhu, Charan Prabhu, 2 youngsters. That is due to Milan Prabhu. He has sent 2 guys, Ranganathan and Charan, to my house. They came because I don't know metro. I'm new to this place. I only know Sri Ramnagar, Kottagudi. They have sent me. They took me to Abits yesterday. They took me to Abits from here to High City. They spent all the money, 2 guys, and somehow 2 trains, Amirpet and Gachibowli. I enjoyed 12 to 12:30 Harti. I enjoyed that Kirtan. And then the Charan Prabhu, Ranganath Prabhu took this dress. I paid the money and my wife kept on going. I told my wife that we have to come by 4:30. I told Milan Prabhu, by 4:30 I will come. He will put the dress on the box. Then he has tied it with this. And I have started with all enthusiasm. And Lilananda Prabhu gladly accepted. And my wife there sitting there, one side. She has cooperated everything.
Thank you.
Every day she told, go. I am a vegetarian Brahman with Ulipai, Vellupai, everything. Anta pavitra chestam. I want this that I will continue for years together. I have gladly welcome all the gurus. My Niranji, who has kept it, Kattar Pattal. I am very happy. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I don't know if we all have seen the associates of Nityananda Prabhu or no, but you can get a glimpse here. No, it's not joking. He's in his own word. You understand that?
These youngsters all are so nice. Chinnapillar, software engineers, TCS, Andhra Panchayat, very good guys.
Prabhuji, please pray that I get bhakti like you. మీకున్న భక్తి నాకు రావాలని.
మీరు నాకన్నా చిన్న వయసులో
నేను అన్ని విషయాలు చిన్న
నేనే పెద్ద 64 ఏళ్ళు. బట్ ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఎవ్రీబడి అందరూ డివోటీగా ఉంటారు.
హరి బోల్.
హరి బోల్. హరి బోల్. హరి బోల్.
రమేష్ ప్రభు కి జై, లీలానంద ప్రభు కి జై.
అది చెప్తున్నాను. Now you all know why the center came here?
Yes.
Understand that. I'm not joking. This is not something that it is whimsically saying. Where the sincere desire frozen Mataji's, Krishna will make everything happen. I don't know if I had the desire. I can clearly see Prabhuji had a desire. Right? And he was looking at this board and going, when will this open? When will this open?
Same feeling we had, Prabhuji. When we were also seeing this board from last 6 to 7 months, we were seeing the board is there, when will it open? When will it open?
People are-
One fine day, when we were at hometown, one of my friends told me that the center is open, come back from Mara, and the center is open.
Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So let us welcome Ramesh Prabhu and your wife's name, Prabhu?
Hemlata.
Hemalata Mataji. Mataji, your name? You just spoke.
Anamika.
Anamika Mataji. With three loud and enthusiastic Hari Bol.
Haribo.
So, lot of things happened in the last 6 to 7 weeks. It's incomprehensible, unexplainable. The last 2 months actually, 2.5 months, I don't know when it started, maybe May it started. So the whole May was making this place ready, the center that we see. And then there was the, what do you call that? Then there was the opening of the center. Lokanath, his holiness Lokanath Swami Maharaj coming here and opening the center. Everybody were busy with that. And then some extraordinary endeavors made 10 Rath Yatras happen in one weekend. Right? Jagannath Rath Yatras, everybody were busy with that. Then I even got to go to Vrindavan and attend a marriage. Harshal Prabhu and Sakshi Mataji.
Are they back?
Yeah, they're back. They're absolutely back. Yes. Harshal Prabhu. Let us pray for them. Actually, they wanted to celebrate it along with all of us next week. So, but still, we cannot stop ourselves from chanting Hare Krishna mantra this week. So let us chant. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We wish both of them and their whole family, Prabhuji's parents, Mataji's parents, and the whole extended family, a very happy Krishna conscious marriage life and association and progress. Thank you. Thank you for inviting, and we were blessed to be in Vrindavan. It was a different experience. Attending a marriage in Vrindavan. never thought in our life we'll go to Vrindavan for attending a marriage. And another reception in Agra. Maybe we might be one of those rare people in India who went to Agra to attend reception and did not see. Didn't feel like seeing Taj Mahal. Right? Anyway, who will see burial ground? So another thing is, so what else happened? What else happened in the last? So Ravi Prabhu is here.
Raghunandan Prabhu.
Raghunandan Prabhu.
Junior Raghunandan Prabhu.
Every time, just Ravi comes to your mind. Please forgive me, Prabhu. Yeah, Raghunandan Prabhu and Subhadra Rani Mataji. Is it right? Srimati Subhadra Rani Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji is also here. Krishna, welcome back. Welcome back. Every few months, welcome back. But we permanently also welcome back. Hare Krishna. Very good. And anything else that special happened? Jain Yatra, Haribol, yes. So Jain Yatra was a very special Yatra. His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj Jai. Jain Dham Ki Jai. Yeah. And today morning I was reflecting on some things that happened in the Jain. Maybe for some of you it will be a little repeat. But I can't stop myself from thanking His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj and the whole congregation of Jain Temple for welcoming us in such a heartful way, such a warm way. It cannot be explained, cannot be, I don't think you can reciprocate also. Right? Sannyasi Maharaj, who is the initiating spiritual master in ISKCON, And there are 100 villages here, centers in 100 villages. How many villages you have center here? Anybody? How many villages you were planning to keep a center? 100 villages. Right? He is preaching. He and his team is preaching. He is managing 3 schools in Krishna consciousness. He is managing a huge project for DT making and altars making. And he is managing 10 plus youth centers, maybe bigger centers than this in Indore. And he manages more than 100 living brahmacharis in the temple, right? 100 brahmacharis, that's not a small congregation. And so many other projects he manages, and there are, on a small request, he can summon 3,000 devotees at least for doing anything that he wishes to do. Right? Such a great personality appears in train station to welcome, 95 insignificant trying to become devotees from Hyderabad. We cannot explain why. And definitely it is not for any name and fame. It is not for any name and fame. That is the heart of a Vaishnava, we have to understand. And the heart of a Vaishnava we can't understand. I was giving the example that I could think of only one example, that if we are going to our mother's house after a long gap, and you are all here and your mother is living in some other, your parents are living in some other city, and after a long gap you are going back to your house, and your mother comes to the door and she cries and holds you, and I will not use the word welcome, but she is completely so happy to see you. Can you imagine a mother who would come to the door and say, just wait for 1 minute and she'll take a selfie with you and then publish it, then hug you? Can you imagine a mother, anybody doing like that?
No.
You can't imagine that, right? Why? Because mother's heart is like that. It's not about showing off to the world how she feels for her son or daughter. In the same way, a Vaishnava's heart also cannot be understood. Why he does what he does. What made Maharaj come to the train station and welcome all of us cannot be explained or understood by, at least by me. Right? It cannot be understood. All we can say is that is his heart. And not only that, right? After reaching, every day asking whether everything is going on fine. And the rooms that we stayed were almost like a 5-star hotel room. Everything was perfectly kept. Right? Actually, we should not even compare to 5-star hotel. It's much more than that. Why? Because I heard from another devotee that the rooms were not in good shape few months back. And the devotee told me, I hope they will be better by the time you go. And I heard that Maharaj personally spent long time, weeks and days, personally to check each and every room situation and got all the problems corrected. Did anyone feel anything at all when we got into the rooms? Everything kept intact, including a all out for mosquitoes. Right? Everything was ready inside. That shows how much time he gave. Why should he do this? Just think about it. Why should a great sannyasi do this for 100 people who are visiting Ujjain? You think 100 is a big congregation to come?
Yes.
When GBC meeting happened, more than 1,000 people visited Ujjain. What is 100 in front of 1,000? Right? And by the way, every Sunday, they at least 2,000-3,000 people are visiting the temple. What is 100 in front of 2,000-3,000? And by the way, we may or may not go again. But he has regular visitors who come there and serve the temple. So give me one reason, if you want to think logically, which we should not think, because spiritual things cannot be spoken logically. What made Maharaj come and take us to the temple? If I can only think, that is the heart of Lord Shiva in Ujjain. He is Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Among the rivers, Ganges is the purest. Among the scriptures, Srimad Bhagavatam is the purest. And among the devotees, Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva is the ultimate. So maybe Maharaj depicted the mood of Lord Shiva being the best Vaishnava, following his footsteps, welcoming all of us to Ujjain. It was very embarrassing is not the right word, but undeserving, unprecedented, everything that can make anyone uncomfortable. That is how we felt when we saw His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj along with his disciples doing Harinam in the train station, waiting for the train. Right? Difficult to understand uh, why Vaishnavas do what they do. And then even the last day, so some of you did not attend this yatra. Let me tell you, even the last day, when we were leaving, Maharaj's health was not good. I was knowing that. He comes and stands in the stage, in the place where all autos are coming, auto stand, right? Basically, and making sure that he is telling Hare Krishna to every single devotee who is leaving Ujjain, personally, right? Not many brahmacharis were there. Maharaj was standing. Literally, one by one, one by one, one by one. I was one among the first. I was part of the first vehicle to go to the station. I'm sure after that. And I heard at the end, the planning went a little up and down and there was one vehicle less. And then Maharaj called the temple vehicle and said, please take them before the train leaves. Personally. And I felt it's all over. Thank you, Maharaj. 10:45, I got a message in the night, 10:45, asking, did the train come on time and did you leave? Did everybody board the train? Right? Only parents do that. Parents mainly, or very close associates do that. He was asking all these little details. It was embarrassing for me to reciprocate. How should I tell? What should I tell? To reciprocate the kind of love he's showing. It's very difficult to reciprocate the love of parents. We cannot. And so is even the love of a Vaishnava. We cannot. Sometimes you just fold your hands. Like Srila Prabhupada tells in Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami tells in Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto verse, where how can I reciprocate my love for a Vaishnava except by putting few drops of water in my hand and holding them and saying thank you very much. There's nothing else you can do. Right? But it was a wonderful yatra. We were taken to many holy places with Harinam Sankirtan at every place, every point. There was Harinam Sankirtan going on. Even at the temple inside Omkareshwar, we entered the temple with such a loud Harinam. And to my surprise, actually I was worried if somebody from the temple will object. But nobody objected. Right? And we literally went into the Garbhagudi of Omkareshwar doing the Harinam. And every single temple we went, we are doing loud Harinam, loud Harinam. Maharaj said some very nice devotees, Krishna Kirtan Prabhu and few others, to come and do Harinam wherever we are going. So it was an amazing yatra. Not a single moment anybody would think of anything except the holy names and except the association, and thanks to all our Prabhujis, Satya Prabhu and all Prabhujis, Srila Prabhu, everybody, whatever they did, the planning, the execution, making sure we are respectfully dealing with each other, never losing the patience, and everybody felt very happy. The yatra was so beautiful that nobody is leaving the yatra WhatsApp group now. Something mystic about it. Normally, as soon as we come back, we immediately leave the groups, right? We create a group and left. We see all that stuff, right? Nobody is leaving. I think somebody has to remove. Don't you?
We are all looking for the next yatra and we rename that.
Yeah, I mean, like it's really because that shows one simple thing, that none of them want the yatra to get over. The yatra was so sweet and so blissful, so spiritually surcharged, that nobody wants the yatra to get over in first place, right? They want it to continue. And yatra means to reach God. So I think I feel very fortunate to be part of this yatra. And I'm sure everybody who came, can you all lift your hand who all came to? Yes, everybody who came is very, very fortunate to be part of such a yatra. And especially the pravachans, the last lecture was unbelievable. I'll try to get the recording, over left. I planned for 4 lectures with Maharaj. 2 Maharaj gave, 3 Maharaj gave. One of them we planned, but we got late in the bus home college. It's very important when we go to yatras, we hear from sadhus. And when we hear from sadhus, we get the consciousness to understand the dham. Otherwise, there is a big distance between us and dham, even though we are in the dham. Right? It is not the physical distance, it's the whole distance of our awareness and our consciousness. Right? There is a big distance. So by the mercy of the devotees, it was amazing, and the accommodation, and just beside the accommodation, the temple, the Mangal Aaratis, I can tell you more than 80% of the whole group attended all the 3 Mangal Aaratis, all the 3 days. It was beautiful. Huge temple, huge deities. Everyone was waking up at 3 o'clock, getting ready. 4 o'clock, they are there in the temple. And 4 o'clock, there is another Aarti. 4 to 4:25, 4:50, like that. And then everybody comes into the temple, and here we do the Aarti. Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Krishna Balram, Shri Gaur Nitai, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra, and Shri Guru Narasimha Swami Prahlad Maharaj. These were all the deities in the temple. It was like all the dhams at one place. Jagannath Puri Dham, Ahobilam Dham, Mayapur Dham, Vrindavan Dham, and Ujjain Dham. And we also see the deity of Sandipani Muni in the altar. Many things happened, so I congratulate everybody who went. And I also appeal to everybody who could not go, that maybe we'll have one more yatra to Ujjain. Let's go there and just to reciprocate, just to understand how to serve a Vaishnava. I wrote about this as soon as I reached there to this Radhesham Prabhu. Then Prabhuji, something like this happened. I don't know how to explain what happened. Maharaj came with. So Prabhuji immediately replied that if you want to learn Vaishnava Sadachar and Vaishnava Seva, you have gone to the right place, Ujjain. Very good. Right? You sit there and see how Vaishnavas serve you. It was unbelievable. And I think we all should learn how to serve Vaishnavas when they come to this center, when they come to Hyderabad, right? When they come to wherever we are, we should. So that is the standard, right? The bar is raised. That is the standard. So now we have to reciprocate, not whimsically, but at least try to get that consciousness what they have. They are doing that to please. They are doing that to please Lord Krishna and Vaishnavas. And I strongly feel that Maharaj was trying to please Radhesham Prabhu by reciprocating his love for him on all of us. Because we are a group who are under the Siksha of Radhesham Prabhu. And Radhesham Prabhu welcomes, he created an environment in Pune, ISKCON Pune, in such a beautiful way that every sannyasi and every Prabhu who comes to ISKCON Pune, the welcoming is at another level. And I felt Maharaj is only trying to reciprocate to Radhesham Prabhu, and we were all just nimitta matra. Right? We somehow got the dust which rose among the reciprocation of two Vaishnavas. Correct. So we will plan for more yatras. We will plan slowly. There is a request for Dwarka Yatra, there is a request for Pandharpur Yatra, there is a request for Srirangam Yatra. Right? So there are many yatras. So ask for good increments from your bosses. Tell them we have to go to yatra, so 20%. Is a good reason to ask. Otherwise, getting that increment will only take us away from God, unless we use in the service of God. So, thank you for being part of it, and please be enthusiastic to be part of future yatras. Right? And some of us are going for the Kartik month yatra to Jagannath Puri Dham. Right? Some registrations already done. If you have not registered, Jagannath Puri Dham is not going to stop you. You can still jump, right? And be part of the yatra. Maybe next year, around February, we should plan for Dwarka. That's what I'm thinking. Around February time, between Jan and Feb, sometime. But weather is also a little not too hot. Huh? September we should plan for Pandharpur. Somewhere in between. Yeah. Pandharpur would not take that much time. Yeah, 2 days, and we'll plan. We'll definitely plan. Let everyone know. And I will try to get the schedule of His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj if he's there during that time. So all 100, 200 of us can attack Pandharpur and go and follow his feet. Right? Let us see.
There is a long weekend in first week of October.
First week of October, there you go.
No, September.
Yeah, let us see. Let us see how to make it work. But we'll start planning. We have some time. Okay? So please be enthusiastic to come to these yatras because we get darshan of Vaishnavas. Right? I would like to get the association at least for some time of His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj when he's there in Pandharpur. So let me see. I have to work with his servants and see what is the schedule. So that Maharaj will be very happy to bless all of us. Because Maharaj came here to open the center. Why not take more of his association? So His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj ki, Lokanath Swami Maharaj ki. Right. Yeah. So what is the time?
6:54.
5 to 7. We'll discuss some verses from Bhagavad Gita. So we did start this chapter on the modes of material nature, 14th chapter, and we discussed till the 4th verse. I'll just read the translation of the first 4 verses, then we can continue from there. Please repeat after me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Again, I shall declare to you, this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection. Further, 14.2. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution. Right? So birth, death will not affect us if we understand this knowledge. Lord Krishna is telling. These verses we already finished, I'm going a little fast. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth. And it is that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharata. Krishna is clearly telling. This is the first knowledge statement is giving that where are all of us coming from and who created Brahman. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan iti Sabhyate. So who created Brahman? Who created Brahman? Krishna, which I impregnated. This verse we chanted last week. Sarvayonishu Kaunteya Mudaya Sambhavantiya Asham Brahma Mahadyonir Aham Bija Pradapita. It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature. That I am the seed-giving Father. Why is Lord Krishna saying this? He is actually trying to tell our identity. Before he talks about the modes of material nature, He's talking about our identity. What is our identity? We are part of God. We are coming from God. And who can be more pure than God? There's nobody more pure than God. Because we are all coming from God, we all are also pure. All of us are pure. There is nobody impure. Why? Because of our association with this material nature, we have become impure. Or in other words, conditioned. Right? So whenever we look at anybody, that's what sadhus vision is. Whenever sadhus look at anybody, they don't see any bad in others. Why? Because Pandita Samadha. They see an elephant, a cow, a Brahman, a dog, and a dog eater with the same vision. Right? With the same vision. That they are all children of Krishna. Because the seed giving father is Krishna. But as we enter into this material world, to fulfill our desires, we are influenced by the three modes of utilization. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Right? The three modes of mental nature are influencing everybody. And the souls who are influenced by these three modes of mental nature behave in different ways at different times. But we should not forget how Lord Krishna is starting the chapter. See, if we are asked to talk about, just think about it. If we are asked to talk about three modes of mental nature, how will we start? Okay, Prabhuji, one is Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. And I think you are in Tamoguna, I am in Sattva-guna. Something like that will start, isn't it? But how is Lord Krishna starting? Look at the way he is starting. He is in the beginning itself clarifying, you are all part of it. You are all part of it. Now let us talk about three modes of meditation. Meaning it is just a covering. It is just a covering which can be removed. So there is a hope for every hopeless person in this hopeless planet. That we can leave this planet and go back to Goloka. Absolutely. And this knowledge, that Lord Krishna is talking about, this knowledge is spiritual knowledge. Right? This knowledge is the most sacred knowledge. As compared to the knowledge that we are getting outside. Is material knowledge good or bad? It is good. It's not bad. But if you don't have the right consciousness, then material knowledge can prove itself to be very bad. You should understand that. Material knowledge makes us feel directly, indirectly that we are God. Because it makes us feel that we are knowledgeable. It makes us feel that we are deserving to be respected. Isn't it? Huh? When all of us who are working right now visit a college for giving a guest lecture, keep your hand on your heart and ask yourself, do you feel that the students have respect you? Yes? You feel that you have to be respected. Because I've already passed. I already passed this graduation. You are still students. You have to respect me. Isn't it? So that need for getting respected is material conditioning. Spiritual knowledge doesn't make you feel respected. Spiritual knowledge makes you respect others. There is a big mass difference between material knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Even though both are knowledge only. Beautifully, you can explain another example that material knowledge is like dog's tail. And spiritual knowledge is like cow's tail. Dog's tail, how is it? Like this. Right? It is like this. If there is any flies that come on the dog, can the dog's tail remove the flies? Like this it does. It can't go here, it can't go anywhere. Isn't it? Does it even cover the dog's ass? No, it is like this. Isn't it? So if any insects are coming in, right, probably it can't even clean its own backside, isn't it? What about cow's tail? It hides its back portion, right? And it also helps it remove the insects or flies that come onto it. Isn't it? So material knowledge is nothing but dog's tail. Spiritual knowledge is cow's tail. Material knowledge can't protect you from all your anarthas. And it can neither take you anywhere. It It will only make you live in this world and get some degrees, whatever designations. But spiritual knowledge, it will remove all the anarthas. It will cover all the anarthas that you have, and also remove all the obstacles that is needed to go back to Krishna. So understand the difference, right? Everything about cow as compared to any other animal, that's why we call cow as a mother, is created by Lord Krishna, which conveys as a message, right? So don't be puffed up with what material knowledge or material designation or material anything you have. Because Krishna here is not talking about that material knowledge, he is talking about spiritual knowledge. Vidya, Vinaya, Sampanne. What is the full verse? Does anyone know? Vidya, Sampanne, Brahmane, Pandita, Bhakti Shastri. Is that true? Was it part of Bhakti Shastri?
Yes, yes. No, it is. No, it is.
It is. Prabhuji is telling very confidently. Prabhuji by-hearted it. Right? So anyway, so the point is, that is what is Vidya. And that is spiritual. Do you have a question?
Reflection on this.
Yeah.
So, another perspective on this is like, with material knowledge, our ego shoots up. So the tail points upwards, the down state. And with spiritual knowledge, we get humble. So our state
Goes downwards, correct. Yeah, see, there is another reflection. No one thought about it. Huh?
Just married, right?
Chakshu.
Chakshu.
Prabhu, you are going to get ranked for the next 3 months. रोजी का शादी हो गया अभी रिलेशन but such a nice relation. Yeah. So I remember this time when I was in my I think I was doing my graduation, and my father's friend came to meet my father, and he was taking bath. My father was taking bath. So I made his friend sit in the hall, and I was sitting beside him. And I was doing whatever nonsense I used to do in those days. And that person was sitting and waiting for my father, his friend. And somehow I felt that he is hungry to be respected. So he was looking at me and asking, what do you study, what do you do? Like, I'm doing BCom. That's all. Okay. Then what next? Something like that. Then where is your father? He's taking bath, he'll come until 2 minutes. So he felt there is a need for him to be respected. That's what I felt. Immediately I removed a card, a visiting card of his, and then he gave that card to me. There is no reason for him to give the card to me, is it? And my father's son, I'm sitting there and waiting for my father. So he removes that card and gives to me. And I read that name, some Ramurthy, something it was. Mr. Ramurthy. Then it was CALLB, SQORESSG. And at one point I had to turn the card. There's so many degrees that everything, all degrees, I was just seeing all that and I looked at him. Then he was like, okay, now is the time to garland me. But I was such a stupid fellow, I don't know how to respect people. I looked at Prabhuji and asked, what are all these uncle? To add salt on the wounds. He said, these are all the degrees and education I had. Oh, so many, huh? Like that I asked. I think before he stood up and slapped me, my father came out. And my father, indicated, oh, this Prabhu, he is such a nice, knowledgeable person. Thank you very much. And I immediately left. So nothing fascinated me about the material knowledge, right? If that material knowledge makes you make a card of yourself and distribute to people and saying, I have done all this, then that's like a crown on a drowning person. You're already drowning, and somebody says, I perfectly got an exact size for your head, and keeps 10 kgs of gold on your head. It's not drown you further down, isn't it? So all this material knowledge and the designations that we carry are nothing but, crowns that we carry on our head, which are only going to take us deeper and deeper into this material world. Sansara beach. Andakupna. Right? We all, if we are carrying any pride, Prabhupada and Mataji's, please, I am carrying myself, so I'm telling, I can clearly feel that, so I'm telling all of you, if we are carrying any pride of anything we have achieved in this material world, anything at all, we will come back. You will not be allowed into the spiritual world. What is the pride we should carry to go to the spiritual world? Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasera Dasa Adhikar Liye Narottama Dasa. Right? Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his designation is Dasanudas. I saw this, somebody sent a picture of ISKCON Meera Road entry register. So there was some meeting happening in ISKCON Meera Road, right? And so all devotees from different temples were going to that meeting. And everybody wrote, temple president, this name, temple president, and this name, manager, this name, youth preacher, this name, this name, that. And my Guru Maharaj, his name is Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he wrote Radhanath Swami Das. That's it. Right? And somebody, he did not write because somebody has to click a picture of it. That's his heart. Right? That's his heart. How can you understand the heart of a Vaishnava? He doesn't want any designation. He doesn't want us to also have any designation in spiritual life. What is my designation here? Dasa, 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 Anudas. That is the designation. Right? And anybody who sits here, which I request many of you to come and start taking this place and preach in the center. We have some plans. We are devising those plans. What is the designation to sit here? Dasa, 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 Anudas. Right? So that everybody can see you. If I sit down, you can't see me. Isn't it? If I sit up, you all can see me. If you all have to sit up, then we have to make so many Vyasas. There's so many chairs. Instead, one person can sit like a monkey sits on a branch. Everybody can see the monkey. I can see it. Right? So this is only a place to serve. We all went to Statue of Equality. And I'm sharing these incidents. When His Holiness Loknath Maharaj was here, we went to Statue of Equality. There, some of the assistants of His Holiness Chiranjeev Swami Maharaj organized so that Maharaj can go inside and visit the Statue of Equality in a very undisturbed way. So there was a nice team organized. They came and see that's the reciprocation between two Vaishnavas. The great Vaishnava, Chiranjeev Swami Maharaj, and the great Vaishnava, Loknath Swami Maharaj. Both are reciprocating each other. So there is a team who brought and took us along with Loknath Swami Maharaj, and I felt I got some privilege of being behind him, of going in those way that great people are taken. That's the advantage, right? So we went there, and finally we went to the Ramanacharya statue, DT, the golden DT, right in between, right? Archa Vigraha. We went there. And then the Brahmanas there performed a little special puja because Loknath Maharaj had come. And they have that Ramanacharya Danda. They hit on your back. And then we are supposed to pay obeisances. Sometimes it's a little confusing, especially for ISKCON devotees, where to pay obeisances, especially in Shiva Vaishnava temples. Because they don't allow you to pay obeisances wherever you want. In ISKCON, you can just go and fall like a Danda anywhere. It's okay. But they have this etiquettes and certain rules. So we asked, can we pay obeisances? And we said, yes, you can pay obeisances. And then Loknath Maharaj paid obeisances, and right beside him, we all were paying obeisances. And as usual, zoom, zoom. I went like a zoom, came back like zoom. Khatam. Man, Harish, he got up. Was there a prayer? Was there a surrender? I felt there was nothing. It was literally like Danda only. But the pranam was missing. Dandavat Pranam was missing, I felt. I got up. And then one devotee was getting up. This is also Loknath Maharaj. And he kept it straight like a danda. He was like exactly danda, a stick. And then his forehead was on the floor. And he was intensely chanting something in front of Ramanujacharya. Right? And then he gets up. Then he prays to Ramanujacharya and then he walks. I could observe, I could learn one thing. The more we spend time with senior devotees, we understand that they are extremely surrendered to Lord Krishna. They are taking shelter of Lord Krishna at every single moment. Becoming senior in Krishna consciousness only means becoming more surrendered. Your Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha becomes even more deeper. Your Hare Krishna Mahamantra becomes even more intense. Your hearing of lectures becomes even more absorbing. Right? And your association with devotees becomes even more loving. That is what is called advancement in spiritual life. And actually I felt, my God, such a great sannyasi, initiating spiritual master, thousands of devotees, disciples, and when he's paying obeisances in front of Srila Ramanujacharya, he's paying as if there is no other shelter. Yeah, we cannot. Yeah. It's more and more. You see, that's the point. We should learn from great devotees how they completely take shelter. When they chant also, they completely take shelter. Right? And these are the things we have to learn. These are the things we have to learn from great Vaishnavas. And that is the reason we should not miss the opportunity of taking the association of great Vaishnavas. In another 2 weeks' time, we will be having association of a great Vaishnava, His Grace Chaitanya Charit Prabhu, right here in the center. So I request everyone to take his association. It's rare. And please learn from him how he surrendered. Never measure a Vaishnava with his knowledge. Never measure a Vaishnava with his knowledge. Never do that mistake. Oh, that Maharaj speaks so many shlokas, that Maharaj tells so many things, that Prabhuji speaks so much logic, that Prabhuji's language is different. If you're doing that, then you're using your material way of looking at sadhus. Never do that. The sadhu is great because of his surrender. The sadhu is great because of his love for everybody. Right? So when a sadhu comes, keep everything aside, sit in the front and hear him. And ask inquisitive questions. Right? But what are the questions you are planning to ask a sadhu? What are the questions that you should ask a sadhu? Let me ask this question. Huh? For your spiritual growth. Yeah.
After getting the response.
Still not working.
After getting the response.
Yeah.
After getting the response should make you at least 0.001% plus towards the surrender.
Yes. You should only ask the questions where you are willing to change. Simple. Okay. If you are not willing to change, don't ask questions. It's your waste of time, sadhu's waste of time. Okay? We can sit and ask 1,000 questions. But deep inside, I don't want to change. If you have already made up your mind, then why are you asking these questions? Right? And don't expect a great answer. Because Krishna also knows your intentions. If Krishna knows, if you're asking a question for the sake of asking a question, then answer also will be for the sake of giving an answer. right? And obviously nothing will come out of it. Of course, somebody else might benefit also. We should approach a guru when we actually need a guru, right? We should approach a guru when we actually need a guru. Don't approach a guru because somebody else has a guru, or you want a guru, or you want another name, or you want a designation. I'm initiated, or I'm aspiring. Right? That's not a need. Approach a guru when you actually need a guru. And what makes you feel that you need a guru? When you are confused and you are surrendered to him. Krishna, please clarify my doubts. Shishyasyateham mam shadi mam from prapannam. I'm surrendering to you, Krishna, please. And then prepare your life to take shelter of the Guru and make progress. Spiritual, very, very important, isn't it? So now let us hear what Lord Krishna is speaking of the modes of mental nature. First he told that we are all coming from him. And then now he is talking about the modes of mental nature. Sattvam rajas tama iti guna prakriti sambhava nirbhatnanti mahabaho dehe namavyayam. Translation purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Material nature consists of three modes. Goodness, passion, ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by this mode. Right? So when we come in contact with this material nature, we are subjected to this mode. But when you are not in contact with this material nature, the modes cannot do anything. The modes of nature don't exist in the spiritual world. They don't exist in the spiritual world. Bhadra runs this material world. Durga, or another name is Bhadra. When the same Bhadra becomes Subhadra, she becomes auspicious for everyone in the spiritual world. Right? So, in this material world, we come in contact with the material modes and everybody is subjected to it. Every single person is subjected to it. And how deeply rooted are we, brothers and Mataji? How deeply rooted are we in this Sansara beach? I'll tell you one thing. The more time we spend in spiritual life, or practicing spiritual life or chanting, as the years pass by, we only realize how deeply rooted our anarthas are. How deeply rooted they are. Sometimes devotees become hopeless as they spend more and more time in spiritual life. Right? Material knowledge you become more puffed up, but spiritual knowledge makes you more humble. And spiritual realizations start coming. You start feeling. Once one devotee, he went to my spiritual master, his old as Radharani Swami Maharaj, and he asked, Maharaj, when will these anarthas go out of me? And who is this devotee? A devotee who is practicing sincerely for more than 30 years. Initiated devotee, practicing more than 30 years, goes to his Guru Maharaj and says, Maharaj, when will these anarthas go out of me? I don't know what to do. They are so dirty, Maharaj. They are so dirty. They make me shameful, Maharaj. When will they go out of me? And Maharaj told, Prabhu, if you compare your anarthas to an ocean, and you want to empty that ocean with a mug or a bucket, how long will it take? How long will it take? Can you empty an ocean with a bucket?
No.
Nikalo, bar pek. Nikalo, bar pek. And then look at the ocean. Right? Is there any hope? Or is there anything you can do? And to make it more, Maharaj said, if you bring Garuda And with a single glimpse and fire from his mouth, he can dry the ocean. But even Garuda cannot dry the amount of oceanic sins you have committed in your past lives. So what is the hope? Right? What is the hope? How can we come out of these anarthas? This lust, the propensity to enjoy, keeping God aside, the propensity to eat, the propensity to taste, the propensity to... There is nothing wrong about eating and tasting, but for my pleasure. Right? Kama, Krodha, Mada, Matsara. How are you going to come out of this? Only one way. What is that way? Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi. Only by serving a great Vaishnava will pray to Krishna that please help this devotee. And that prayer will be heard by Krishna and he will remove the anarthas. He will remove the anarthas. Brothers and Mataji, unless we surrender our life to a Guru, unless we surrender our life to a great Vaishnava, whatever we are doing is simply a showtime. That's all it is. Whatever we are doing, in the name of spirituality, whatever we are doing, we are giving donations, we are doing service, we are doing, I don't know, we are using our skills, we are a great singer, we are a great orator, we are a great writer, we are great Rath Yatra organizers, we are great Rath pullers. I don't know if there is, right? And somebody might feel even that also. Nobody can pull like we pull. I don't know. Where pride is sitting, you don't know. Isn't it? You are going and pulling Rath and Jagannath is thinking, what are you thinking? I am the greatest puller. Isn't it? You don't know where the pride is sitting. Only by serving a great sadhu, only by pleasing a great sadhu, we can please Krishna and we can come out of this material nature. These three modes. There is no other way. There is no other way. Forget about it. And how will you please a sadhu? How will you please a sadhu?
Following the instructions.
Following his instructions. Showing some sincerity in front of the sadhu. Not being duplicitous in front of a sadhu. Don't go in front of a sadhu and be what you are. Don't do that. You are wasting his time. Krishna has sent a sadhu in your association for a purpose. Right? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of sending a sadhu?
Help you in your spiritual transform. For transform or continuous spiritual.
To help you. To remove the stuck matter. Have you seen, I mean, gross example, but have you seen anybody cleaning drainage? Filthy thing to clean, right? Right? How many of you have lifted a drainage manual? Drainage manual. Hare Krishna, you lifted? When a sadhu enters a materialistic person's house, it is equal to opening a drainage manual. Right? Equal to drainage manual. We might think, my house is this interior. Maharaj, did you see the fall ceiling? Yeah. See that? He's entering a drainage manual. Right? Krishna has sent a sadhu to clean us. That's the only purpose. Right? Don't go to a sadhu and show your material opulence. That's like throwing the drainage on him. Don't show that. Right? That's like the worst thing that you can think of, you can do. Right? Showing your material opulence or your material knowledge or material designation. The sadhu might ask, Prabhu, where are you working? You can humbly tell, Maharaj, I am working in a place where I can influence a lot of people. Sadhu will be very happy. Huh? You can influence? Now, can you use Krishna's knowledge? Yes, Maharaj, I can do that. You'll be very happy. The only way to please a sadhu is to actually sincerely ask him questions where you are stuck. If you are hiding your disease from a doctor, who can cure you? Tell me. Who can cure you? Huh? When you're going in front of a sadhu, you should become naked. Actually, he's already seeing you naked. He already knows what we are. Don't think sadhus don't know. They very much know what we are. Even though he might say, Maharaj, Maharaj. But they will not tell us anything. Why? Because they don't want to discourage us. They only want to encourage us. And they will also sometimes praise him. A sadhu will sometimes, how many here have been praised by a sadhu? Please lift your hand. Come on, lift it. Right? That praise by a sadhu is nothing but his helplessness of thinking how to help you. That's all it is. We ఊరుకుడు ఎట్లా చెప్పాలి నేను ప్రభుజీ యువర్ సర్వీస్ ఇస్ గ్రేట్ ఇప్పుడు తింటావా ఇప్పుడు చెప్పింది తింటావా లేదా అదే అదే తెలుగులో అర్థమైంది తెలుగు में अभी अभी सुनेगा नहीं सुनेगा अभी तो प्रेज किया ना आपसे बढ़कर कौन हैप्पी अब सुनो मेरी बात नहीं तो नहीं सुनेगा ना कलयुग के आदमी नहीं सुनेंगे प्रेज करना पहले पंप करना है कि नहीं सेंटर में आने के लिए भी पंप करना आओ सत्संग सुनो प्रोग्रेस करो अगर किसी ने नहीं देखा सेंटर में राइट यू आर कमिंग टू द सेंटर आफ्टर अ लॉन्ग टाइम some people are not looking at you whole crowd has changed here the whole crowd will change you change that is the problem है कि नहीं पता नहीं कौन नए लोग आ गए वो नए हो गए तुम पुराने हो तुम पुराने हो नहीं yeah so these are the anarthas a sadhu comes to remove the anarthas and by serving a sadhu means sincerely submitting yourself and telling your problems and asking the questions, the only questions which you want to change. Next time when the sadhu comes here, if he finds you in same condition, to make matters worse, asking the same question, then what will you feel? Right? Well, just think about it. People do that. Many people do that. They take presence of a sadhu very cheaply. Very cheaply. Sadhu has come here to help us. You can tell what you are doing. That's a very good thing. You can go to sadhu and you can tell, Maharaj or Prabhuji, this is what I am doing. Can you please guide me? If there is anything else I should do. Most important thing, we should chant nicely. That's the only thing we don't like to hear. Right? Chanting nicely. Sadhu would love to see you chanting nicely. But that is what is the goal of the sadhu, to make you chant properly. Isn't it? So this is the knowledge that the sadhu actually comes to give. So don't measure a sadhu by how good Sanskrit he speaks or how eloquently he speaks. That is not the business of sadhu. Sadhu is to come here and prepare you to go to Krishna. Right? And he is the only one who can remove you out of this big oceanic life filled with faults. There is no hope, Prabhus. If somebody has a plan here that you will do some gimmick and go to Goloka, then all the best. It's not going to happen. Unless we purify ourselves, unless a sadhu blesses us, there is no entrance into anything in spiritual world. Vaikuntha planets or Goloka planet or any planet, we cannot go, unless a sadhu blesses us. Right? And it's also proven in some cases where some disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta, who was a little drifted away, he left the body and he actually went and saw, and he was not allowed inside the door. He was not allowed inside the door of Vaikuntha. And then he told, I'm a disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta. You are a disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta? Then I think we will give you another chance. Because you have drifted away, you can go back, prepare yourself. And he actually came back into his body. Actually, dead person woke up. And then he went and surrendered to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. These are not stories, they are real incidents that have happened. If we go to spiritual world in our current situation, we will create a problem between Jay and Vijay also. We'll start our politics there also. We are capable of going and suggesting Jay and Vijay. I don't think you're standing equally. I will tell you a strategic way of doing this. Right? Huh? Why don't you sit for some time? అమ్మో మనం వదిలేసి ఇంకేమైనా ఉన్నదా? Right? That is the situation in which we are. So much puffed up that we'll give suggestion to Srila Prabhupada also. Prabhupada left in 1977. Right? If Prabhupada comes to Gachibowli, now somebody like me will go and tell Prabhupada, I think you should have taken Jaladuta maybe some time. Or you should have, maybe you should have taken something else also with you. Maybe Butler, Pennsylvania, you should have stayed for some more time. All kinds of suggestions we were told. That is the situation of material pride. Right? But disciples of Prabhupada never suggested Prabhupada what to do. They just surrendered to Prabhupada. And what is the change in their lives when they surrender to Prabhupada? We can see that. एक से बढ़ के एक सन्यासी who are representing Srila Prabhupada and who are taking this movement forward. And the only thing they had in their mind is my Guru's order. Prabhupada told devotees, his disciples, that go to Germany and start preaching. And they did not come and tell Prabhupada, but I am doing this right now. Or Prabhupada, I think I don't know anybody there. Prabhupada, I don't know what to do. No. They said, Jai Prabhupada. They lifted, they got up and they went. And they opened a temple in Germany. They opened a temple in, who is it, Gurijana Prabhu. He opened a temple in Japan, in China. Kamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was asked to go to China. He just got up and went, as if China is behind the house. Right? It's an iron country, iron curtain country, where you can even be arrested or even given capital punishment. In Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, countries where if you practice any other religion, you can be beheaded. Right? What is that Maharaj saying? The Black Lotus. Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj. He took Bhagavad Gita into Russia. When Russian government already declared that if you are seen with the Bhagavad Gita, you are gone. You are gone for good. KGB will arrest you and you'll never see the daylight again. In spite of knowing that, he took a truck filled with Bhagavad Gitas. Right to the border. And look at his surrender. He took one dog with him. And he kept the dog inside the cabin, inside the big trolley behind, in which there were Bhagavad Gitas filled. The first consignment of Bhagavad Gitas entering Russia ever. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj is driving that vehicle with Bhagavad Gitas in the back trolley and a dog inside. And as soon as they stopped at the border, right at the border of Russia, the dog starts barking. And the person asks, what is inside? You can hear what is inside. It's too much, The dog irritated so much. And I don't know the whole story, but the Maharaj answered him in such a way. The only thing that fellow told is, you cannot take this dog inside the country. No problem. He left the dog and took the vehicle inside. And the first consignment of Bhagavad Gitas went into Russia. His Holiness Bhaktisiddhanta Swami Maharaj ki Jai! These are the disciples of Prabhupada. Can anyone do that? We can't even fathom. We can't even think the surrender that they had. To do anything for Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, they would tell. Jai Prabhupada. To see one smile of Prabhupada. Have you seen Prabhupada smiling any time? Can there be anyone who can look so beautiful while he's smiling? Right? Unbelievable smile. For that smile, people give their life. Just to have that one smile in in the face of Prabhupada. Prabhupada, done. Consider it done. We are doing it. Indians are very lazy comparatively. Westerns are very managed and programmed and strict and very clear about what they want to achieve. Maybe that is the reason Prabhupada started the movement from the West. Right? If you tell a Hyderabadi fellow, go and take Bhagavad Gita to China, करेंगे हो जाता लेके गया वो आता धीरे धीरे आता तू जाता तो आता नहीं होता लास्ट में नहीं होता कि नहीं too lazy to sit there and do anything at all, right? Hyderabadis are like that, especially we are from Hyderabad, right? I remember one thing, one Hyderabadi went to a bank and he wrote a check. You know this, John? Hyderabadi wrote a check and gave it to the bank. Say that paisa do. So the bank fellow told, देखो भैया, ये चेक ये बैंक में डालने के बाद 2 दिन के बाद you'll get your money because ये दूसरे बैंक का चेक है, ये बैंक में क्लियर होना, उसके बाद तेरे को पैसा मिलता है. तो हैदराबादी, अरे ऐसा कैसे होता? मेरे पैसे अंदर है, तुम्हारे हाथ में चेक है, अब बीच मिलना मेरे को पैसे, ठीक है? पैसा अंदर है, चेक किधर है? अब बीच मिलना. ऐसे कैसे? मैं नहीं मानता. You know, हैदराबादी कहते little bit slang, right? नहीं मानता हूँ मैं ऐसा चीज. अंदर पैसा है, मेरा पैसा मेरे को दे दो, यहाँ चेक है मेरे पास. Then the bank fellow explained, तुम्हारे को मैं समझाता हूँ. तुम कार में जा रहे, तुम्हारा एक्सीडेंट हो गया, तुम मर गए, तुम्हारे कार के बाजू में स्मशान है, तेरे को तभी का तभी स्मशान में लेके जाते या फिर घर ले जाके तेरा आरती चढ़ा के कपड़े बदल के स्मशान को लेकर आते. तो बोल, तो बोला साहब ऐसा बोले की क्या जरूरत है, समझ गया, इतना बोलने की क्या जरूरत है. एग्जाम्पल बहुत भारी था साहब, समझ गया. चेक लो, 2 दिन के बाद पैसे दो. So leisure people, very casual. For us, God consciousness is very difficult to, because we are so casual about it. Having taken birth in India, for us, Krishna, Rama, वो तो अपने बाजू वाले के राम है. Krishna Murti, Ram Prasad. But for Westerners, when Lord Krishna was introduced, for them, they actually practiced what Prabhupada told. When Prabhupada told modes of material nature, right? Like Sattvagun, Rajagun, Tamagun. No, we have to elevate ourselves from Rajagun to Sattvagun, and then we want to achieve Suddha Tattva. They're very clear about it. And even now you see, the way philosophy is explained in International Society for Krishna Consciousness is deep-rooted by the way Prabhupada explained to the Westerners. The purports of Prabhupada, the explanations of Prabhupada, the clarity in the presentation. At least I have not seen anybody else writing that kind of purports that Prabhupada wrote. Direct, there is no indirect. There is nothing indirect. Direct. Understand it and perfect your life. You don't have time. One page you understand. Let's read one purport of Prabhupada. Now here Lord Krishna says the material nature consists of 3 modes: goodness, passion, ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes. Purport. The living entity, because he is transcendental, has nothing to do with his material nature. Still, because he has become conditioned by the material world, he is acting under the spell of the 3 modes of material nature. Because living entities have different kinds of bodies, in terms of different aspects of nature, they are induced to act according to that nature. This is the cause of the varieties of happiness and distress. Why are we facing happiness and distress? Because we are conditioned and we are actually hoping to experience happiness in this world. But this world is not made for that place. What is the purpose of the material world?
Correction.
It's a correction of purification. The whole material world is to purify us in the good way or in a bad way. Good and bad also is not relevant to material world. You understanding? Right? I had a good time in the hospital. What does it mean? Have you told any time? Only a fool can tell. I had a great time in the hospital. अरे पागल, तेरे को कहीं को लेके गए? Why somebody took you to the hospital? To purify you, isn't it? What do you mean good time in a hospital? Hey, आज तो मेरे को इतना तंग किया hospital में. अरे तंग करना क्या मतलब है? There is nothing called that. You are being treated in the hospital. So anything good happens in your life, the outcome should be you should remember Krishna. Anything bad happens in your life, the outcome should be remember Krishna. If you are remembering Krishna in good and bad, that good and bad is good for you. If the incident has not made you remember Krishna, then the whole purpose of the incident is gone. Right? You achieved something great in your office. Suddenly you got a mail. You are promoted as, I don't know, executive vice president. As soon as you see that, what you should feel? Hare Krishna, is pagal ko kaise bana diya? Then it is Krishna consciousness. You remember Krishna. Say, Krishna, I don't know how you are giving me this position. But if you feel executive vice president, I thought they'll give me senior executive vice president. Right? Where there is no gratitude, there is no appreciation, there is no bhakti. Why people are not getting connected to God today? Because there is no gratitude. There is no gratitude at all. In this world, there is no gratitude. When will you hear from a sadhu? When will you hear from a sadhu? When you have gratitude. You cannot hear from a sadhu if you don't have gratitude. Let me take one level understandable to current generation. The sadhu, guru and all is very difficult to understand. Agree? How many people in this colony have a guru? I don't think so. A lot of people don't need a guru. Right? Let us go one level down. When will you hear from your parents? When you are grateful to your parents, isn't it? If you are not grateful to your parents, can you hear from your parents? Or will you even feel like, will you even think that they are worthy to be heard from? What is the biggest problem of today's children? We have given them so many facilities that they are using you like a facility. That's all it is. Right? You are a facility manager of the house. Yes, they are using you like a facility. The day you don't give a facility, they'll question you, where is my facility? Until you provide the facility, you are their father, or I don't know, respect aspect. Right? How many of you know at least some amount of sacrifices your parents have made for you? You all know? Very nice. Great. Just imagine a situation. Allegoric situation. Your father, your own father. I'm not talking to everybody, I'm talking to individually each one of us. Your father was working in this office. He had severe back pain that day. You know what is back pain? That's very relatable to software industry. So I'm using that. Right? He had severe back pain that day. Severe back pain. You want to get up and come home. And your boss told, if you don't finish this work today, you better resign tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Right? That's what he told. And if what do you think your father is thinking at that time? Ora, entra. Is he thinking like this? Or
Then,
I have to pay the fees of my son.
Amma.
I have to pay the fees of my son. I cannot afford to lose this job. He continued the work with severe back pain. And he never told you. You were nicely relaxing in the house. He came to the house and slept in his bedroom. Maybe he didn't even tell you, or neither did you go and ask what happened. Sacrifices of parents are not told, brothers and mothers. How many sacrifices our parents have done for us to be sitting here, we don't even know.
Amma.
We don't know. They will never tell also. How many of your mothers got up 4 or 3 a.m. in the morning to make the dabba for you to go to the college.
Oh,
Huh? Don't you think they were tired someday? Don't you think they had fever someday? Don't you think they had emotional problems someday? But did they ever made you feel that they are doing something for you? Right? Biggest problem today is we have no connection of gratitude with our own parents. Maybe our generation has a little. Our generation has a little. But next generation, the moment I look at them, I don't know. It's our fault actually that we are not showing them any difficulties. Everywhere we take them, they have a lift. Everywhere we take them, there is all air conditioned, isn't it? You will know your child how nicely attached he is to you if you switch off AC and drive. You don't have to do a big sacrifice. Go to your home, tell your son, I am taking you out, please come with me. Switch off the AC. In 5 minutes he'll ask you, or she will ask you, Nana, AC. Tell, Nana, it's not working. Nana, please stop, I want to go back home. No, your coming is very important, I need you. Nana, please, I have homework. They know how to emotionally fool you also. Right? They know, they're very clever, don't think. Me जुटल नहीं जुटने हिंदी में समझ नहीं है ना एक्चुअली वो हिंदी में बोलते कैसे पता नहीं तुम्हारे बाल में से पैदा हुआ तुम्हारे बालों में से पैदा जुटल नहीं जरा तेलुगु ले अब right? Yeah, our children are very intelligent to fool us. And by the way, parents love their children so much that they accept to be fooled also. And still they love. Right? If this is the love of a parent for his child, and this is the amount of sacrifice of a parent for a child, what do you think is the sacrifice of Krishna? And what do you think is the sacrifice of a guru? Right? We can't understand, Prabhu. The reason we don't listen from a sadhu or never surrender to a sadhu is because we don't have the gratitude. We don't have the gratitude. If we have gratitude towards that sadhu, it will transform our life. The amount of gratitude Srila Prabhupada had for his guru was explained by His Holiness Bhakti Prem Swami Maharaj on the last day of the yatra. In Ujjain Yatra, the last lecture that Maharaj gave was filled with only one topic: the gratitude of Srila Prabhupada for his guru. Unbelievable. And so much dependence on the guru. See, how much are you dependent on the guru today? Whether you are initiated or not, just think about it. Keep your hand on your heart and ask, are you really dependent on your guru? Prabhuji Srimati, please. How dependent are you on a guru? Siksha guru, Diksha guru, any guru. Are you really dependent? Guru is dependent on you, that is the problem. Right? Or you are making him dependent on you. He is not dependent. You are making him feel that he is dependent on you. But how much are we dependent on Guru? If you don't like this Guru, you find another Guru. Isn't it? We can switch Guru. We can switch. You're earning, all of you are earning money. Why I need a Guru? See, it brings independence, right? I'm independent. I like to do whatever I like to do. I will not do whatever I don't like to do. Why do I need a Guru? Are you thinking about what I'm saying? Please, just tolerate another few minutes. We'll have Aarti. Are we really dependent on a Guru? Are we? If you are not dependent on a Guru, then where will you get the mercy of Guru from? Huh? And how will you make progress? How will you make progress? We have to increase our dependence on Guru. Increase on dependence on Guru will happen when you can see yourself, the anarthas in you can see. You should feel helpless, na? To become dependent on a guru, you should feel helpless. How many people are helpless here? Really?
Ah,
Hare
yes,
Krishna.
helpless,
Helpless.
helpless.
See the
I want
hands.
to depend on Guru.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Dependent.
Hare Krishna.
You should become completely dependent on Guru. Like there is no tomorrow without a Guru. There is no meaning in life without a Guru. Then you will receive the mercy of Guru. And every disciple who could get that conviction and attachment towards this Guru has changed the world. Has changed the world. Right? Prabhupada's prayers on Jaladuta were sung by Maharaj on the last day of the Yatra. What a prayer it was. You all remember? What a prayer it was. And the way Maharaj explained, I have never heard so far. I never heard that way of understanding the same prayer itself. Total dependence on Guru and Krishna when he is landing in the Boston harbor for the first time, and his arguments or his what can you say? His statements, his exchanges, asking for mercy. Prabhupada is saying in Jaladuta, sitting in Jaladuta, that I don't have bhakti, I don't know Vedas. Why did you bring me here? And by the way, your disciple has put me the name Bhakti Vedanta. No, you figure it out. You figure it out. What do you want to do with my name? Either give me bhakti or give me Vedas. Fulfill the purport of my name, please. Your disciple gave this name. When he gave sannyas to me, he gave this name. His name was Abhay Prabhu. His name was changed to A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti Veda. And at one point, Prabhupada goes to a point where he says, Krishna, you decide what you want to do with me. I am completely confused. How can I preach to this demoniac civilization? And what is he looking and telling demonic civilization? The skyline of Boston. What do we feel when we see the skyline of Boston? अच्छा लग रहा है ना? Right? When we see the skyline of New York, what do? As soon as you see the skyline of New York, immediate. Me and my skyline. Right? What did Prabhupada do? As soon as he saw the skyline of Boston Harbor, he had tears in his eyes and he felt, how can I help this totally conditioned, demoniac, civilized people? See the heart of Prabhupada. Did Prabhupada see such buildings before?
No.
He never saw such buildings before. First time I was entering a foreign country, and that to America. And first time I was getting into Boston, I have seen the skyline of Boston. It's, I don't know, good looking or whatever word you want to use. Right? And Prabhupada looks at that and he feels, how can I help this demoniac civilization? Krishna, please help me. And one more very personal thing he says, Krishna, now helplessness. You see that helplessness comes out of his prayer. He says, Krishna, you are the one who put them in this material world. You only figure out how you want to take them out. You only can remove them out of this illusion. I cannot. So he's putting complete responsibility on. He's not making them responsible. Then Maharaj gives a beautiful example. He said, a mother is complaining to her husband why he has sent their son to outstation college where he's getting spoiled. So her son has gone to outstation college and he's getting bad habits there. He's getting bad habits in that outstation college. Right? So mother, what is she doing? She's not going and shouting on the son. She's shouting on her husband, who actually paid to send their son to the outstation college, and now the son is getting affected by bad habits. The guru is pleading to God why he has sent us here. because he feels so helpless to even help us. The whole Bhagavad Gita purports and Bhagavatam purports, Prabhupada is saying everywhere that we chose to come here, that we are in Maya. But when there was a personal prayer with Krishna, Prabhupada says, Krishna, why did you put them in Maya? You only remove them. This prayer is, don't see the logic in the prayer, just see the helplessness of Prabhupada that is telling Krishna that you only remove them. I cannot remove them from this Maya. Right? That is called dependence on Guru and dependence on God. And if we don't get the dependence on the God, then our spiritual life will remain very dull, very meaningless. Very meaningless. Are you all following? Very important. When you look at your Guru, not external emotions, internal. You should feel without him, what will I do? Where will I go? Who else will remind me? Who else will take the responsibility of taking me? Huh? Old mother sometimes keeps a cold hand in your hand and she tells you, will you take care of me? I don't know if your parent have done that. But sometimes, at one moment, the parents will do that. And they'll keep their hand in your hand. And please take care of me. Right? And that's a very emotional moment for them, for them. Because they don't know what else to do. Till now, they have taken care of you. And after that also, they'll take care of you only. But because of physical condition, they just put their hand in your hand and say, please take care of me. Right? Complete dependence. They submit. They have served, they'll submit. We should also take full shelter of Guru. Guru, Shastra, Sadhu. Right? Then we'll make spiritual progress. Otherwise, all this is whimsical purpose, I gave a donation, I went there, I received him. My Guru Maharaj came to my house, I fed him Rasgulla, I fed him Shrikand, I fed him, Gulab Jamun, I fed him. You really think that's the reason they came to your house? Of course, you should also do that. You should also, but remember, Sadhu is not coming to your house to eat what you made. Definitely not. You should give the best prasadam to them, but understand their focus is only one thing, to see transformation in us so that we can go back to Krishna. And we come out of this 3 modes of material nature. We raise out of this 3 modes of material nature. We need to do selfless service to please Sadhu. And the first selfless service we have to do to please Sadhu is sit down and listen. Sit down and listen. And then do anything else. Then, to please them, we can take up some services, we can do a lot of things. I would like to congratulate few of the devotees who started new batches today. His Grace Dasaraj Prabhu is here. Manasa Mataji. Yes, very good. Thank you. So Mataji and Prabhuji, they have started a new batch of Science of Self-Realization in Aparna Lake Breeze Society. Pentagon.
Five communities.
Oh, you call it Pentagon. Okay. Yeah. And also Pavan Prabhu and Sandhya Mataji. Yeah. Pavan Prabhu. Who is here? Haribol, yeah, Pavan Prabhu is here. So let's congratulate him and Sandhya Mataji and their little boy for starting a new batch in Ramalayam Temple and BHL. Haribol. Please continue and don't give up. It's a service to please Krishna, and I wish you all the best. Continue to wish you all the best, and please pray for us that all of us, that we also We'll continue to, we also will serve like the way both us are going to serve.
Only one request.
Ah.
I'm just requesting if any devotees are there nearby Lingampalli for supporting the Power Prodigies.
Yes.
Sessions.
Yes, that's,
That was really, I mean, they were single-handedly almost, they were there. No one was there with them. I was just thinking.
yeah, if there are any devotees who are living near Lingampalli or are wishing to go to Lingampalli and serve in the Sunday morning. See, Sunday evening we have this satsang anyways. If you want to do service, please meet Prabhuji. I think around 80 to 100 people might start coming there. Today 60 people came and new registrations are going to happen. There will be a lot of service to help them. Just to be a support, to make people sit down nicely, be welcoming to them, right? Make sure they're having prasadam. Such services. If you can please go and help him, it will be a great. For Krishna, there is no difference between who is preaching and who is serving. Right? It's all service at the end of the day. So please, anybody who wants to do that every Sunday, what time to what time, Prabhu? 10 to 1. Very good. 10 to 1. And it's a temple you are going to go, by the way. It's a beautiful Ramalayam temple. We have given 3 Bhagavatam sets in the temple. One in Hindi, one in English, one in Telugu. Right? So because Bhagavatams have gone there, now preaching also has started there again. So please go there and help Pawan Prabhu. If somebody can please do it, I'll be very, very grateful. Right? And it's not too far from here. It's not too far from here. Mataji? Oh, your house is near? Yeah. Because your heart is very near. Actually, it is far. Actually, it is far. But Mataji wants to do something. So, very nice. Please go and help. Anybody else also, please, please come forward. This is your opportunity. These are opportunities to serve. So please come forward. Thank you for reminding. Prabhuji told me, like always, I always forget. Sorry.
I was fortunate to be there, Prabhuji. But Mataji managing with kids, it's difficult sometimes. So
Yeah.
Luckily, Lakshmikant Prabhu was there.
Who was there? Very good. So Kesari is very small, so managing him itself is a. Yeah. So, any other announcements? Okay, by the way, we are going to celebrate Janmashtami in this center on September 7th.
Haribol!
That's a Thursday.
Thursday, September 7th.
September 7th. I think it's correct. Date is right?
Yes.
Yeah. So September 7th, we are going to celebrate Janmashtami here. But there is a lot of planning we have to do for celebrating Janmashtami. We need volunteers to go to at least 200 apartments around and give them a pamphlet inviting them for Janmashtami here. Right? So we will prepare those pamphlets. We will give it to you. This will be the first major festival celebration in this center.
Haribol.
We will have some need for doing some cultural activities. We will have some need for doing some abhishekam. Right? We need a lot of help, coordination. We will celebrate in a very grand way. And we are going to start new batches of Science of Self-Realization and maybe a few other courses on Saturdays and Sundays from the center. Right? So Saturday is 5 batches and Sunday at least 4 batches is our target. What we will be doing is everybody who comes here, we will subscribe them for different batches. Like one batch cannot be more than 150 max. That's the max we can go to. And one preacher supported by another 3 will do the batch. And we have to allocate our resources. Around 8 preachers we are going to allocate, right, for this purpose. Where we'll be doing Science of Self-Realization. Right? So this will happen on Saturdays and Sundays. So we will need your time and a lot of support to do this. Devotees who are already preaching will preach here, and devotees who are willing to preach will support here. So that you get a practice of how to deal with subject matters, how to answer, how to become a preacher. And as per the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, every person who has taken birth in Bharatavarsha has to become a preacher. Right? So we are not here to just sit and listen. We are here to sit, listen, apply and repeat. Right? So Janmashtami will be a great campaigning day for this center in this entire Majid Banda area. Right? So center opening, we wanted to do a lot of things, but we could not achieve. But this Janmashtami, we'll definitely try our best. Right? That's one thing. And second, Sri Gopal Prabhu is not here today. We will need your support to run this center. Everybody, all the devotees who are sitting here, according to your capacity. We don't have a bank account, or maybe we will never have, or we might have later. Forget about that. So each family, whoever wants to contribute, can give your donation according to your situation to Sri Gopal Prabhu or Subbarao Prabhu. Prabhuji is also here. And we will make a note of it, and we will spend it for mainly for running this place and for serving Prashadam. And we want to also start Nityam Prashada Seva. That's one thing that we want to start in the center, where every day one person will stand below in front of the supermarket and give Drone Prashad from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every day to anybody who comes in this locality. Right? Drone Prashad filled with nice Prashad. Right? So that is something we want to start. And we are targeting around 500 dronas every day. Right? 500 drone Prashad. We will come up with a budget for that, and we will make it happen. We have a cook, Prabhu, also who lives up. We will take care of the expenses involved, and we want Prashadam of Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan to go to the whole colony. Right? And we will also continue to maintain the center. And whatever the expense, don't worry, Krishna, when we are serving Krishna, Lakshmi Devi will be behind us to give money. But more than money, we want your presence. Our Satsang of Gachibowli was never behind donations and never will be. Right? Everything was sponsored as a family. Actually, this center is also like our house only. It's just an extension of a house. Like we ran our Satsangs before, the same way we are going to run it here also. Where we will collect, we'll sponsor, and today's feast is sponsored by Lakshmi Mataji and in remembrance of her mother, Padma Mataji. Rangamani. Rangamani Mataji. Right? So Mataji loves her mother so much, and she misses her mother so much, that she wants to again and again please Lord Krishna. So Krishna takes care of her mother wherever she is. Thank you, Mataji. Let's thank her with 3 loud Hare Krishna mantras.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Please encourage your friends, relatives, neighbors who live in this area of Kondapur to come and take advantage of this facility that we have created. Everything here belongs to Krishna. Nobody is a proprietor of anything here. At the same time, we have to take care of this also. So I humbly request all the devotees that Dasraj Prabhu has taken the responsibility of assigning pre and post satsang activities, wrap up and set up activities. And I think he's rotating devotees in that. Not the same person is doing the same thing all the time. So whoever is assigned, please take it as a service to Lord Krishna and do to your best ability. There are going to be 2 setups in first floor and in the terrace. And there are going to be 2 wrap-ups, first floor and the terrace. So whatever is assigned to you, make sure it is all completed. Right? I'm sure you all will do it, but I'm requesting, because every single thing that you see here is sponsored by a devotee. And I personally feel very responsible to make sure that they are nicely maintained. Right? And we are also going to have Bhakti paraphernalia being available here. Right? And Raju Prabhu is not there here today. I don't know, I have not seen him. But next week onwards, you can actually purchase what is needed for your bhakti in terms of minimal things like chanting mala. You want chanting malas, you want tilaks, you want kanti malas. Kanti malas, I request you to talk to me before you take. Right? And small items. Maybe in future we'll also have dhoti and kurtas. But for now, this is the minimal we are going to maintain. They're already there in the storeroom there. Next week onwards, we'll make it operational. What we are doing is we are getting it from Vrindavan or Mayapur, and we will give it to you. We'll sell it to you, and whatever amount comes again will be used to maintain the stock only. So it's an ongoing stock. So you don't have to go very far from here to buy. And we also have a lot of books, a lot of small books. The library is not to be kept like that. It's meant to be opened and read, and also to be sold. Right? So please feel free if you need a book. For now, I'm naming Subara Prabhu. But any Prabhu you approach here, then make sure that you'll be able to take a book. But invite all your friends, relatives, neighbors, anybody you know or don't know, to come to the center and take advantage of this place. Right? Yes, we are going to be doing some printing material. We'll plan for the Janmashtami. In the colony, a lot of people felt here that when will the activity start? There was a little confusion. We had so many activities in between that now onwards there is no stoppage of Sundays. From now, all Sundays will have classes. There is no doubt about it. Sunday evenings. And in the mornings also, with the youth center up, they are doing a very good morning program. You all can join that morning program also. You can come here and chant your rounds. It's a different experience chanting in between devotees. It's a different experience praying in between devotees. It's a different experience reading in between devotees. So please take advantage and please come here. Right? So every first week of the month, and if you have not given your contribution for this month, you can still give it to Subara Prabhu. And the first week of the month is a better time because we'll have to pay off the rent and the other charges of this place. That's an apt time for raising some funds. And any family can give anything you want, right? Right from 10 rupees to 10 lakhs. 10 lakhs is okay? Yeah. You're okay up to 10 lakhs. Beyond 10 lakhs, you can talk to me. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we don't need that kind of money. But I think each person suggestively 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, depending on the family. If you give that, that's more than enough, right? For us to maintain the place. And we'll give a full account of who has given and how it is being maintained and for what we are paying, so that we can continue the Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya, right? And Nityam Prasadam Sevaya, right? So we can continue this activity. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we all can get up now and we will have Gaura Aarti here. Every evening at 8 o'clock we'll have Gaura Aarti. Every Sunday. We also have birthday cake.
Lakshmi Mataji's birthday.
Yes, Lakshmi.
17th.
17.
17th it happened. We were there in Ujjain, right?
Hari Bol. So we'll do it after we'll do it after that. Correct. May I request Anup Prabhu, Kitchen Prabhu, can you do the Aarti? We'll sing the Gita. So I'm displaying the Gaura Aarti on the screen here. So can you on the projector? Yeah. Can somebody remove the carpet? You can start removing the carpet if what is there. So here is the article screen on the left side. You all can read it with this again.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are we ready? That side, this side. So I will tell a small Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, can everybody just carry me out once?
Very good.
Hare Krishna, all Mataji's, Prabhuji's, Hare Bol. Okay, there is a way to dance. Okay, during the aarti, there is a way to dance. When the singer is singing, you can take one step forward and one step back slowly, right? And after that, when you are singing, lift both your hands. Lift both your hands and sing. Every time you are singing, lift both your hands and sing. Okay, that's the simple format. After that, everybody will get your dance. And don't sing with me, and don't sing with me, sing after me. If you sing with me, then it's difficult to lead. Okay? It's a little difficult version to sing, but it's good to practice. After the commercial, we'll get started. And everybody, please, at the end of the aarti, pay obeisances. Mataji is half the hour now. Please full the hour. Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Radha Madhukun ki jai, Bhagwan ki jai. Shiva Jayo, Jayo, Gurandande, Arati Sanjo.
Radha Krishna, Gopa Gopinath,
राजकुंड श्याम कुंड नवदीप मायापुर धाम की उत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुर धाम की क्षेत्र वृंदावन धाम की गंगे माई की देवी की गोपाल तुलसी महारानी हरिनाम संकीर्तनी की राजचंद्र बुद्धिस्ट मिशन की राजचंद्र प्रसाद निदाय द्वारा normally the prasadam is served on the terrace, but today it is raining, it is this thing. So we'll be having prasadam in the third floor, in the youth center. So please, there are devotees who live there, so let's be a little careful in terms of have a prasadam. So Varishta Yajman who cannot discovered and found by Manish in alien spaces to me. Bhakti has spearheaded
She's not an alien spirit.
There are lot of services good health, happiness, and everlasting spiritual progress. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lakshmi Mataji ki jai, our whole family ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. Somebody give us a good salman. Okay, please go ahead and
But I guess
Arpita Mai.